Hello and welcome to Paranormal Path Peeps. And tonight I have Richard Felix to speak to. How you doing, Richard?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Now?
Well, I know. It's
Yeah.
absolutely shocking, isn't it? Because a lot of us saw that video on TikTok,
Come on.
where you were sort of rushed to hospital and everything. And it was so
Literally.
scary for all of us,
Well, it
Well,
wasn't
obviously.
for me. It wasn't for me. I
It's
didn't know how to get the time.
Oh, no, it's shocking,
Yeah, I mean, the thing that got
isn't it?
me, I mean, obviously, let's, like everything else, make a joke out of everything. When I got there, they rang through and said, right, no A&E, straight through to resus. And they took me into resus. And I was chatting away to him because as soon as I got in there, the sister says, "Oh, you're the ghost man, aren't you?" And I thought, "Oh, golden Bennett." And I was chatting. I said, "You do know you've got ghosts in here, don't you?" And off I went. And she said, "Mr. Felix, would you please try and act as if you're poorly?" I said, "Well, I'll be honest with you. You're actually the most poorly person in resus at the moment." And I said,
God.
"Oh, right, okay." But she said, "But I have to be honest with you. The rest of them are unconscious." So that's how it started. Then straight away, she said, "No, I don't want you to panic, but we're going to stick this defibrillator on you." Straight away. And I thought, what?
Oh my God.
Oh, it is serious then. And then when they took me to wherever scans and silly things, and there was a nurse came with me with a backpack in case I went again. There you go.
Oh my God, you've got to start taking it easy. You really have.
That'll be the day. Yeah, I know. I should.
I know that'll be the day, but you need to. I don't know.
I know.
You're always
Andy
busy.
Linden,
I know.
how you doing?
Caroline as well, and Gina and Mason.
I have got your money, Andy, by the way.
I've got Ian Griffiths here as well. Ian, because you're going to be going to Sharp's Pottery, aren't you, on the 19th?
Indeed, we are. Yeah, I'm quite excited about that because basically we're doing. I don't know whether Ian knows it yet, but we're doing obviously similar to what I used to do with Derek.
Yeah.
A psychic and science show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with a bit of mediumship, me rabbiting on about what ghosts really are and all that load of nonsense.
No, but you say you tell it so well, though.
Well, I try to, yeah. And then the whole idea is, you see, because I always said with psychic and science, is that what we do, what most haunted lives should have done all those years ago, we involve the audience. And I know they are doing now a bit on their shows. I have to give them that. But, because we do everything from table tilting to Ouija board to whatever it is in a circle. I can't remember what it's called.
Human pendulum.
Human pendulum, glass divination, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And what we do is we chuck luminous, whatever they're called, frisbees out to the audience so that nobody can say, that was a fix. They were, no. So that's just the luminous frisbee. If I don't chop the head off when I'm throwing him out. So it's going to be an interesting night, a very good night, and tickets are available from whatever his name is.
Ian Griffiths.
Ian Griffiths. Right, I did tell you I'm losing the plot.
Well, Richard, you have got a lot on, and you always have a lot on as well.
Yeah, I always say I think I've got Alzheimer's, but I think it's more like that I've got too much going on in my head all the time. That's the trouble.
Oh, that's right. You are busy. Human pendulum, Caroline said, was a strange experience.
Hi, Caroline. How are we doing?
Yeah, we've got a lot of people watching who sort of know, obviously, Gina.
Listen, there must be much better things on television.
Oh, bless you. No, you're such an interesting guy.
Oh, I don't know about I'm not so sure.
Ian says you forgot him.
Yeah, I forgot you, Ian. I forget everything. I won't forget the 19th of April.
That's good, yeah.
I won't forget it. And don't forget it.
Yeah.
So I presume have we got tickets left, Ian? I presume we have. You have to give them a link as to how to book tickets.
Yeah. If we sort of look on Ian Griffiths' page, we'll see in a moment. Or
Yeah,
I'll share it onto Paranormal Path anyway. So if you look at my page, I will sort of share it on there. So
yeah, it's
after
going to be a good night.
that, we can put it on. Yeah, and it looks an
In fact,
interesting
let me just do a plug. Let me do a plug for Mr. Griffiths. Now I've remembered his name again. He impressed me very, very much because unlike a lot of mediums, that the moment you meet them, they say, "Oh, did you know that you've got somebody standing with you? Oh, did you know that your mother's standing next to you? Did you? Oh God Almighty! Oh, when you go home, there's going to be a check for £50,000 in the back. Or you're going to buy a Ford Anglia, do you, next week? And oh God, leave me alone. If I want, it's a bit like sitting on the bus and there's a doctor sitting next to you, and he suddenly says, "Oh, that's a nasty boil on your face. Can I get it out for you now?" And you'd say, "Go away and leave me alone." But Ian doesn't. The beauty of what Ian said to me when I said, "So how?" Well, he said, "Well, no, I just sit there and wait for him to come to me."
Oh,
I think that's really,
yeah,
really, yeah. You're in for a good night, guys. I promise you.
yeah. I might book on it. We'll see.
Now that's got that plug out the way, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And you have got so many, and you're going to pub, is it Lytton Way as well?
Oh yes,
So you're looking
on the
forward
10th.
to that one, aren't you?
Sorry, 15th of this month.
Yeah.
We're doing a very haunted pub in the village of Lytton, which is right next door to Tideswell. Or
right. Oh, Tideswell, yeah.
In Derbyshire, they call it Tidser.
Oh, do they? Didn't know. I call it Tideswell. I'm Nottingham, you see. You know that.
Extremely good. There's a meal of jail broth, crusty bread and cheese, and then I'm doing a bit of, because the most incredible story of the village of Lytton. There's murder, there's gibbeting, and highway robbery, all to do with the village of Lytton. The last person gibbeted in Derbyshire, executed and gibbeted in Derbyshire. His brother sentenced to hang for highway robbery, and a 16-year-old girl that committed murder from the village was hanged in front of Derby jail at the age of 16, and then publicly dissected. We've got murder, we've got ghosts, we've got bike. It's going to be a good night.
Everything,
really. And we're doing a ghost hunt there as well.
Oh, that's incredible.
Tickets available at richardfelix.co.uk. Oh, Gordon Bennett. It's only 30 quid as well.
Yeah, it sounds good, but the thing what gets me about history, it's so hidden, isn't it? Like you could just go to a village, think, oh, it's got a pub, it's church. You have no idea what was there before.
No, you're
and
so right.
It can be so fascinating, and
yeah,
I often share things like that on my page because you just don't know. And
no, you're right. You see, that's the whole crux of the matter. As you know, everybody knows that. But I'm interested in the history that created the ghost.
Oh, definitely.
Because that's what makes the ghost story so much more not only interesting but credible.
Yeah, that's
we can't prove the ghost story, but we can prove the history behind it.
That's right. Yeah. And that's the thing, like we go out, we do the paranormal, we try and get names and things, which is great. But then we look at the history. And if we could tie that up, and it's just so good, really, to sort of get that validation, isn't it? When we know we've got something real. Thanks for that.
Exactly. In fact, funnily enough, I've only watched part of one of the Uncanny programs.
All right. Okay.
Which I believe is probably the best thing that's come on television.
Yeah,
since
I like it.
Strange but True with Michael Aspel. For those
that
remember.
Was good. Yeah.
It was good. It was more documentary type, more the sort of thing that I would probably do. But I only watched one of them, and I love the fact that they did what was it, an hour's show or whatever it was, and then they come back at the end of it and do another, is it half hour of what they've found out since?
It's
which is what we should have done on Most Haunted.
Yeah.
Because everybody wanted to know more.
That's right. Because
I would go away after the show and go back to the local studies library or the museum. And a prime example, one place we found some bones under the floorboard. and we weren't sure whether they were human or what they were. So I went back to the local museum and took them in and said, "Would you mind testing these and telling us whether?" But nobody ever went back to find out. Nobody bothered because there was nobody to tell. Because we should have done a live on the internet or something afterwards.
Right, yeah.
So what did you find out? Derek said there was a guy there called whatever, wearing a green coat, and did you find out more? Was there a guy called whatever his name was? But we never did, because that's what you people want. You want to know more.
That's the thing, like, I can sort of get a name, I can do it, but it doesn't mean anything. You want it to mean something,
Yes.
And that's the difference.
Uncanny does. It? Uncanny.
Yeah, that's right.
I only saw one, but an interesting one. I mean, come on, we're talking about. You said, what should we talk about? So, okay. Well, as I say,
that's where it goes.
Yeah, I think Uncanny was good, but I didn't see the whole. Somebody out there that did you watch it, Jacqueline?
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
the last one where they got a guy, a ghost of a guy that it was a clothes shop, sort of second-hand clothes shop, and they've got this guy. And the first bit, which I thought was fascinating, was the fact that he was seen going down the stairs and then disappeared through the floor.
Wow.
And they then found out, they pulled up the carpet or the rug or whatever. I'm not saying they didn't know about it before. And lo and behold, there was a trapdoor or something underneath. And the staircase continued on down and went down into where the cellar was. But the cellar was like living quarters with a fireplace. And I thought, but this is a bit like the same such situations. Oh, it just walked through the wall. Wait, but did it? Yes, why not strip the wallpaper off? Chip off the plaster. Guess what? There's a bricked up doorway.
That's right.
The ghost. You see, that's the stuff that
it's wonderful, isn't it?
Made. That's what it's. And so they actually found that trapdoor, and I thought, now that was good. Well done. That was great. But then they went on because they found out that there's a guy called George.
Okay.
Now I didn't see the beginning of the program. Now the problem I had with that is, well, people always give the ghost a nickname, and it's usually George or Fred, or whatever.
Yeah, sort of the old traditional names, isn't it?
Oh, George has been back. We've just seen George go down the stairs again. Well, yeah. Now, but they then went into the records, and they found out that there was a George, and they found his second name.
Wow.
That only he lived there for 2 years, and he came to live with his daughter when his business went bankrupt. But funny enough, it was a clothes business. And so he ended up at this house. Now, my take on that one was, well, he was only there 2 years. Why would he haunt that place? It's not as if it was his house. He lived there. He brought his family up there. He loved it so much. Only lived there 2 years. Now, the fact that they found George was good, but surely it was a Georgian house. So it's at least 200 years old. I wonder how many Georges there were, or whether that was just a nickname and they tied the second name in with George. Yeah. You see where I'm coming from? I'm not sure. But even so, they were trying very hard, and I think it's a good program, basically. It is on. I've not got around to
Uncanny.
And I must. And then the other one was, okay, been there 2 years. Okay. And guess what? They said, he's the only person that ever died in that house or that shop. Well, come on, guys. He's been there for 200 years.
Yeah,
that's you really telling me that he's the only person that ever died there? They need me on
it. My house is 100 years old. You kind of wonder how many people have passed away.
How many people died in your house?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't know.
That's it,
We never will know.
I know who's died in the house around the corner because my gran and granddad used to live there. But it's there, but they won't know. I'm not going to tell them.
Jane's saying here, did he have a sudden death like murder? Apparently, they reckon not. But then again, he's the only person that died. That rubbish. Sorry, I'm sure. I'm sure somebody else died.
Yeah, but it's hard to prove. And certainly my house. Who knows? East Riddleston.
I like it.
Children run down the stairs. Stairs now replaced by replicant ones. Oh,
yes,
brilliant.
Exactly. Good one, Carl. By the way, got your stuff about this new Ouija board that you've got.
Very interesting.
Yes,
what a great idea.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see
Be a
it.
good one, that will.
Gonna
Can't
launch
wait.
it at the jail, aren't you, Carl? So that's
Yeah,
interesting.
that will be the premiere of the new Ouija
Yeah,
board. Eh?
yeah.
Fantastic. That.
Get
Yeah,
that
be
on
good.
TikTok. So
Yeah.
Richard's also on TikTok as well, and you're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
well on that, aren't you?
Yes,
You're brilliant.
I can't believe it how well it's done.
Yeah.
But I have neglected my no, I've
Well,
neglected
you
everybody at the
can't
moment.
do everything,
I've
can you? You've got
neglected
to
my
look after
Facebookers,
yourself as
my
well.
TikTokers, and me YouTubers, because I suppose what's happened to me is a bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a bit of a wake up call, and
Yeah.
of course it knocked me for six.
It's scary.
It was more serious than I realized. I mean, it's scarier than I realized.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
Okay.
my heart stopped. End of story.
God.
Well, the area where my heart should be stopped.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah. Have I got a heart? I don't know about that. I'm a bit like the lion.
Dave says, are you joining us on our next outing?
And where is your next outing?
Well, it's not my next, but the next time we meet Dave is when we come to the jail. So we're actually coming down to the jail.
Of course you are.
So yeah, I've got some friends coming as well. So
yeah.
Oh, Phil Newton says hello as well. So Phil's coming to the jail as well. So
oh, great
yeah,
stuff.
you've got a few sort of
cheesy orbs
going down. Yeah, he's going
cheesy
down there.
orbs.
He's busy at work at the moment, so he just said
Is
hello.
he? Oh, right, okay.
So he'll probably catch up sort of afterwards.
Awesome.
Yeah. Gina says all that matters is that you're still here, and that's it, isn't it? And oh my God, so many.
There are others that would disagree.
Oh no, but my God, so many of us were so worried about you. You know, it's all like, oh my God, what's going on?
It did look a bit serious on TikTok, didn't it?
Yeah, I know. It's
yeah, just a bit.
It couldn't be more dramatic, could it? Well, it could, yeah, but
it
was a bit, yeah.
Yeah. Funnily enough, I had a friend of mine who was younger than me, was driving his Land Rover back from Bakewell in Derbyshire, and the same thing happened to him while he was driving, and his Land Rover turned over, flipped over, landed in a field. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt, but luckily, because would you believe it, threw him out of the through the window of the Land Rover, and lo and behold, the lady driving in a car behind him was a nurse, and she saved his life. Wow. Yeah. And they got him to hospital, and his heart stopped twice more while he was in hospital.
My gosh.
So, and it was the same thing, same as me. Would you be? Yeah. He's now got a pacemaker fitted, a battery. And apparently it's never kicked in since mine has. Ooh.
Oh,
you're a cell boy.
You be careful, definitely. Gosh.
But yeah. Fine. River Ghost Night on Thursday. Many died building the keys. Hey? Oh, right.
Yeah. People still die in the keys today. Water ghosts.
Water ghosts. So I'm into the water tape theory.
So how does that work? We know about stone tape.
Oh, here we go. Right, water tape. Oh, yeah. Well, you see, water.
I've not heard this one.
Have you not? Oh, I'm working big time on this at the moment. I'll be honest with you. The original idea came from Mr. Steve Parsons.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, who came up with the idea first. I have gone into it. I don't think more than him, to be honest. But I've obviously read all his takes on it. You see, the big one is that this. You know how I am with stone, because there's silica in stone. Well, silica's in water as well.
Yeah.
And so and if you think of homeopathic medicine, they actually dilute the they put something in it that if they actually gave you the dose, it would probably poison you. But they dilute it out of the water, but the water retains a memory of what was in it. Water, in the same way as stone, holds a memory. That's why there's so many haunted sites that are damp or wet. Rivers, lakes, ancient wells, streams, marshland, cellars. Harry Martindale's cellar, in York, damp cellars, and toilets and bathrooms.
Yeah, water. They are incredibly haunted, aren't they? Sort of like you go on like a ghost hunt, and like often there's quite a lot of
lots and lots. I mean,
activity
I've
going
said
on.
this before. If I've got I've got that many books to write, you wouldn't believe it. But one of the books I hope to write is called Toilet Ghosts.
Oh wow!
Because, as you've just said, there are so many haunted kitchens. The same thing. Lots of stories to do with kitchens. I say stories. That's the wrong word. I now refer to them as accounts, not stories.
Right.
Stories can be made up. An account's what you believe happened, that you believe you saw or heard or sensed or felt.
That's more like me, because I can do accounts, but I can't do the stories. Stories is a grey lady, isn't it? Everyone's seen the grey lady or the whatever, and
stood
I
at
can't
the
do
foot of
them
the bed
stories,
at 2:00 in the morning, jangling chains
right.
and going, ooh, they're stories, ghost stories, and we love ghost stories. But accounts are what people believe happened to them, and there's a big difference there.
That's
big difference, which is what it's all about, I think. Anyway, the reality
that's
behind
it. Because I was at Salutation Inn the other night.
Oh
in
yeah,
the caves, and we haven't got anything, we had things beeping, we were getting information. It was really sinister, but really, you can't put it on YouTube and go, "Oh, I've got this."
No,
just that you haven't got any real evidence, But I was scared, and I don't do scared. It was quite strange, but it's just one of them. If anyone's got any questions for Richard, please add them to the chat.
No holds barred.
Really?
Honestly, come on.
We used to have a chat, aren't we? So
I'll answer anything that you want.
That's it. But I just think it's incredible, what you did with the jail, because it was a building, and you sort of put it back to how it used to be, and getting the doors as well. Yeah, that's right.
Close as possible to what it would have looked like in 1756. That's the whole point. I'm going to start doing. I am going to do a lot more YouTube and. Hi, Jane. Hey, I live next. Here we go. I live next to a stream, and Adrian Eidsel Bailey has had contact
seen and
spoken with many spirits here, either passing or grounded, to add to the atmosphere. I live not too far from an old. There you go. You see, it's all. There's only one word that I use, and that's energy.
Yeah, that's right.
What it's all about. Interesting one that a lot of you have heard this before, but I'm getting deeper into this earth energy and stone energy and water energy and all that. And you may have been at the event that night, but as you know how I always say, why do we never see the ghost of a caveman?
Yeah.
Or a dinosaur, for that matter. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think if you saw the ghost of if you saw a dinosaur, it would be pretty obvious it was a ghost. And not the real dinosaur. I don't think there's many of them.
Right.
But anyway, so this night, this chap said, I said, anybody ever heard of the ghost of a caveman? And this guy says, no, because they were so stupid. And I said, well, they were so stupid that they worshipped a god in the sky that they could see.
That's right.
A big orange thing that brought warmth and life and heat and photosynthesis and made the crops grow for us and the grass grow to feed the animals. Wow. And then during the winter, or should I say as Halloween approached, October, the sun god decided to leave us. And the night started to get in, and the crops stopped growing, and the grass stopped growing, and there was no food for us or the animals. And what did we do to try and attract this big fiery thing back? Light bonfires.
Yeah.
That's Halloween. Yeah, that's how scary Halloween is. It was a way of trying to attract their sun god back, and also a celebration of the harvest when they gathered in there all their stuff, and they enjoyed the fruits of their labor by having a party.
That's right.
That's Halloween. Wow, how scary is that? But the church, of course, took it on and demonized it, as they have done most things. So carrying on from that energy, not only did they worship a god in the sky that they could see, but they realized how much energy they understood energy coming out the earth more than we do now. And they also understood about stone and how stone not only emits energy, but stores energy, which of course is my theory about the stone tape hypothesis. It's not a theory because it hasn't been proved, but the stone tape hypothesis, right? So where stone stores energy and you can record on it. But here's a question for you guys out there, and this is a belter. This is what I think it is. Not how, but why did prehistoric man that was so stupid bring that huge altar stone made of sandstone to Stonehenge all the way from the west coast of Scotland?
It's crazy, isn't it? I don't.
Why? Not how. Oh, what? Hang on.
Yeah.
What about how?
How? Yeah, but why? Yeah, like.
Why did they do it?
Yeah, but like randomly. Oh, we found a stone here. Oh, let's go and take it all the way down there.
Let's take it all the way down. We've got to stone because there's something special emanating from that stone. And while we're on it, the stone of destiny, the stone of Scone, which is the stone that was in Scotland where all the Scottish kings sat on, piece of sandstone again, sat on to be crowned king or queen. And then Edward I came along and defeated Scotland and took the stone of Scone all the way down to Westminster Abbey and put it underneath the coronation chair and crowned all the kings and queens of England underneath that stone. They still do. They even brought it back to crown King Charles III.
Yeah, because they kind of mentioned that, didn't they? About stone and it coming sort of here.
Why did they do it? No, sorry, how? No, why did they need to do it?
Yeah.
What energy is there in that stone that we don't understand that prehistoric man did understand?
Yeah.
That's how stupid he was. And her.
Yeah, but you've got all these stone circles and we haven't got a clue what they're there for.
Not a clue.
You know, but they had a reason for them.
They did. And it wasn't just for the alignment of the sun or the moon, which is part of it.
Yeah,
that's their sun god. But yeah, what? Why? How? Oh, come on, guys! There's so much more to go into. Yeah, look at the temples, the abbeys, pyramids.
Oh, I've been to pyramids in Mexico.
Tell me this: why do all all our churches? Why do they all have steeples?
That's true.
That are pointing upwards to the sky. Oh, because that's where God lives, in the sky, isn't it? Yeah, of course he does. Yeah. How far up is heaven, by the way? Anybody know? When did you last fly at 33,000 feet and see an angel sitting on a wet cloud strumming a harp?
Yeah.
You never have you?
Go on, isn't it?
Hey? Same with hell. You know, oh, come on, guys. I hope I don't upset. Well, I don't care if I upset people.
It's never stopped you, has it, Richard?
Not really. No, it hasn't. Not really. No. Prehistoric man knew an awful lot about energy. And that's what ghosts are all about. That's what we're all about. Energy.
Yeah, you know, it is incredible what they have done. And like, everybody knew what these things were for. Yeah, but, you know, history, it's just taken it away, hasn't it? And it's such a shame that we don't know the truth. You know, we've got ideas of what the purpose were, but it's it because the
yes, Jane, you're right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You see, once hell was invented, and it was invented, once hell was invented, that absolutely altered things for people because most of the judicial system in this country is still based on the Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
Think about it. You know,
which in a way aren't bad.
Oh no! Oh,
you've got to admit that there's a good reason for them. Much as though I don't believe in, they are right. You know, you shouldn't.
I agree with you there.
Things like that.
We need a stopping gate. We need fear.
Yeah.
The only things we understand, to be quite honest with you, is fear, pain, and death, and that's what, unfortunately, the humankind needs to keep us under control. But it was invented by the church, of course. Who was the fallen angel? Wasn't it St. Michael? Oh, here's one for you guys. Oh, I'm off on one.
You're on it, aren't you?
Can you please tell me why all the saints have got English names? Well, were they from England then? Was that St. Peter? Was he from England? St.
Yeah.
Paul, St. Michael,
Yeah.
St. George. George. Surely it should be St. Muhammad. And
But there's loads of.
they're all from the Holy Land, from Palestine, and
Yeah.
so how come they've got English names? Whoa! Be careful.
Yeah. You're going.
Be careful. But it's right though, isn't it? You know,
it's all about control.
it's all about
yeah,
control.
it
It is
is,
all
isn't it?
about control. And yeah, I agree. We need it. We do need control, because if not, we just, we'll steal, rape, pillage, and do whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you see, we've lost it to a certain. We're losing the fear that was put there by the church, by Christianity. We're losing that.
It's going wrong now, isn't it? It's massively going wrong.
Very much so. Yeah,
it's really
and
changed since we were born.
People had to tell the truth when they were stood in the witness box. They had to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't, they'd burn in hell.
Oh, so there you go. It's the English translation of the apostles' names.
Is it?
Ah, there you go. You learned something. Thanks, Adrian.
So I wonder. No, this is good, Adrian.
You've done it.
No, I like it. No, I like it. But so, in other words, I'd love to know what the apostle's name is for Peter in Arabic. Would it be?
Yeah.
How? Wow! I love it. You see, that's what it's all about. Learning more all the time. So St. Michael, St. Peter, St. George. I wonder what it is in. Would it be Arabic, Adrian, or Jewish, or Palestinian? Or that's an interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey. And Jesus. I thought that was.
So Adrian's church.
Boy. I need to, Adrian. Honestly, that's really good, really interesting. I'd like to know. I'd love to find out more about that. That was. I thought it was something to do with the, when the James I Bible came on. Hebrew.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember now, but I can't remember much from school.
I didn't.
And I didn't listen to RE much, to be fair. But yeah.
You see, I'm learning all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. So
I should have remembered that, but it's so long ago.
When people come back and say, tell me more, because I need to know more. That's great news. That is. Yeah. I should stop knocking it.
Oh, right. Yeah. As you said, people being executed heard one set of words before death.
May God have mercy upon your soul. Yeah. But not from 1752 if you were a murderer. Aramaic translations. I love this. I'm going to find out more. I'm going to look
Brilliant,
it up.
Isn't it? You'll be on Google later.
Write it down, Richard. Aramaic.
Yeah. Jean, I'll try and send it to you. Yeah. Aramaic.
Excellent.
Yeah. You'll be sort of looking at that later.
If
anyone's got any questions for Richard, then please add them to the chat.
That's awesome. That is.
We have mentioned he has got events, so you're going to show us.
I'm also doing another magical mystery tour, haunted pub crawl.
That's cool.
On a bus.
That sounds brilliant. It really does.
Oh, it's a belter. It's all around the Peak District in Derbyshire.
Yeah.
And it's the not until the 10th of May. Saturday, the 10th of May, starting in Derby.
And I know that's the night I'm going to Derby Jail.
Yeah. Say again.
Yeah.
That's the day
that night. Yeah.
You're there that night. That's right. Or we'll be gone by then. Yeah. It starts at 1:30, and it's a trip to Derby Jail, because we're telling the story of all these people in Derbyshire that were executed in Derby Jail on the bus tour. And again, we've got murder, ghosts, executions, gibbeting, highway robbers, you name it. It's really, and of course, visiting pubs, haunted pubs in Derbyshire, and then a meal in the George pub, I think, in Tideswell. Wow. And get you back home by, hopefully by about 12 o'clock at night. It's a full day. It's a full day out. It's going to be a belter. Really is. 10th of May, Haunted Bus Tour on richardfelix.co.uk, I think. Yes, it is. That's right. Richard Felix. Or just put Ghost Walks in.
Richard Felix at
gmx.co.uk.
Yeah. Email address. But, obviously I'll share things on to Paranormal Pals.
Yeah, of course. It'd be great. Yeah.
So, and obviously there's the fan club as well. And yeah, it will be on social media, or even look on Richard's profile. Yeah, lemonade only, Jane. Of course it is.
Oh, dear. Hang on. Come on. Aramaic is best known as the language Jesus spoke. Wow.
It's a Semitic language originating in the Middle Euphrates.
Wow, this is awesome.
This is brilliant.
Yeah, it is. 800 to 600 BC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Syria to Mesopotamia. So it would a lot of Arabia, for want of a better word. I like it. Right, I shall look it up and see what I can find out. That's
so you've learned something tonight. That's brilliant.
Yeah. But the only thing I would say though, but why did we need to convert it to English when we were still using Latin? And why were we using Latin?
Yeah. It was,
hi Lorraine, how we doing?
I did try and learn Latin at one stage.
Really?
I don't know why. Yeah, my mum did it, so she thought I should do it. And really,
absolutely.
Yeah. No.
Fascinating language. Fascinating.
Oh gosh, it is. Because you have a lot of things like back in those days. Things were Latin.
Yeah.
To read
because of the Roman Empire, of course, and Christianity was, of course, adapted as the official religion for the whole of the Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they spoke Latin, I presume.
Yeah, and it's a foundation of a lot of the modern languages as well, isn't it?
Or did they speak Latin, or did they speak Italian?
Oh, I don't know.
Roman. There's another stay.
You don't think about that, do you?
Yeah. So did the Romans speak Italian because they're from Italy, or did they speak Latin?
It's hard to say because, in Nottingham, about 1300s, they used to speak French.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what language did they? Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm pretty sure they spoke Latin, because obviously when I do my history tours for schools, and I dress all the kids up as Roman soldiers, and march them down the Roman roads in Derby, I get them to march up now, going left, right, left, right, left, right. But they don't do left, right, left, right. They do sinistra, dexter.
Right.
And sinistra, dexter is left and right in Latin.
Oh wow.
Sinistra is the Latin for left.
Jane knows it's Latin.
And dexter is the Latin for right. So if you were ambidextrous, ambi is both, it means you're right-handed in both hands. Ambidextrous, you can use both hands. Yeah. But if you were accused of witchcraft and they couldn't find any devil's mark on you, like a wart or a birthmark, have I got it still? It's still there, or a birthmark, then that would have been enough for you to be in cahoots with the devil.
Wow.
But if you were keggy-handed, left-handed, that's the sinister hand.
Wow.
The left hand. And that would be enough to be accused of being found guilty of being a witch.
Oh my gosh.
Now then.
But they just used any excuse, didn't they?
They would. Of course they would. Because they just wanted the old lady's garden or her house, or she was such a nuisance to them that, yeah.
I'd be in right trouble, I would.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to speak, are you? So.
Left-handed was sinister.
There you go.
And my mother, who is not that long ago, went to a Catholic school. She was educated by nuns in the convent.
Right, okay.
And she was left-handed, and she had her left hand strapped to her side the whole time she was in school.
Oh my gosh!
With a strap.
Shocking.
To stop her using her sinister hand.
Yeah, I know my mum got grief because she was left-handed, but she had problems at school. Yeah. Because
they tried to force you to write with your right hand.
Yeah, and it's shocking, but actually, a lot of things are just designed for right-handed people as well, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and,
Yes, absolutely.
you know, they are getting better now, aren't they? But
Yeah, yes, it is. But again, the sinister hand, which of course, those people that have been to Derby Jail and seen one of my incredible. Have you not heard of Keggy Handed before? Oh, I think it must be a
who's
Derbyshire
that?
phrase. I think.
Oh,
Have you heard of it, Jacqueline?
Caroline. Oh
Yeah,
God,
Keggy
yeah,
Handed. Yeah.
yeah. My gran used to
Well,
mention
where
it.
does Keggy come
She's
from?
Derbyshire.
Yeah,
So,
what does Keggy
yeah.
mean? I know it means there's a good one, isn't it? Oh, here
Hey,
we
how
go.
many people are left-handed here then? You know what I mean? Like, hey,
Yeah.
yeah, it was sort of in the time of Christ, Romans spoke Greek.
Wow.
Wow. That's, yeah.
I like this. This is good.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
you're
cool.
left-handed.
I love
Oh,
this
boy.
Oh my gosh, you've not heard of Keggy? It must be a local thing then. Because
Must be.
my gran was Derbyshire, so yeah. And
You've
I'm
not
not
heard of it, have you?
Yorkshire.
You've not
I
heard of it,
have.
have you?
I
You've heard of
I
Keggy
have.
Handed. Oh, right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gina
I think it
hasn't.
must be a Derbyshire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, Adam, he loves his cat balls. Oh, he's off to Dudley Castle. He's got season ticket to Dudley
Daytime
Castle.
hunting. Why not
Yeah.
do daytime hunting? Why should ghosts come out at night?
Oh, and Adam's
Eh?
other half is left-handed as well.
Yeah.
You see, Gina's a
Hi, Adam.
southerner. There you go.
Yeah. No, think about it. Why not go ghost hunting in the daytime?
Well, that's
Well,
right. It's just people's perception, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I tell you what. Number one, most people are probably at work in the daytime, which is one thing.
Which is better actually, because if everyone's at work, then you can sort of like get peace and quiet, can't you, at places?
Yeah, yeah. So that's number one. Number two, there's no doubt about it that your senses are more heightened at night.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we've all got this fright and flight thing in us still with the dark.
Yeah.
Don't like standing next to a big tree in the dark in the wood. Yeah, or standing by an empty doorway that has a dark area behind it. We don't like that. Still don't like it to this day. But the big one is ghost hunting in the daytime, because you've got to remember that in the good old days, everybody went to bed as soon as it got dark.
Wow.
They worked during the day with daylight. As soon as daylight went, we went to bed. So most things, traumas especially, that happened in the daytime.
Yeah.
Battles weren't fought at night.
Well, it's because they had like really sort of physical jobs, a lot of them, didn't they? And there were long days as well.
Yeah, long days.
So I guess, they just have their little tea of whatever, bread and cheese if they're lucky, or
went
then
to bed.
That was it, wasn't it?
And got up as soon as daylight came.
Then off to work again
during daylight hours. So most traumas happened in the daytime.
Yeah.
So that means that ghosts should come out, should be seen just as much in the day. Don't forget, I saw a ghost at 3:20 on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah, that's incredible. That is brilliant. So we've got Mark watching us from Auckland.
Good Lord, hi Mark. I know. Greetings.
Yeah,
wow,
that's great.
Question for Richard. When we were visiting Tutbury Castle, we popped into Shugborough Hall. Does Richard know the house has its ghost? Right. I think it's in Staffordshire. Pretty sure. I can't remember the ghost story, but there is a ghost in it, because I went to Shugborough Hall when I can't remember his name. I can't remember anything anymore. The photographer, royal photographer. What was his?
Litchfield.
Was it Litchfield?
Patrick Litchfield.
Yeah. Well, he actually came to the door when we knocked on the door of Shugborough Hall, and he told me the ghost story. But it must be 20 years ago at least.
Yeah, Lord Litchfield.
And I can't.
He's an incredible
Lord Litchfield. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he came to the door and told me his ghost story, and it's on Ghosts of Staffordshire on YouTube.
Fantastic.
Want to have a look?
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh dear.
It's a shame about Tutbury, though, isn't it?
I
we're
don't
talking about Tutbury before.
I don't know what's
like, Leslie put it on the map basically, and time came, and she left, and she's got other things to do,
and they haven't got anybody to take it.
No, well, is it an offer? You know what?
And I'm too old. God, I'd have loved to do that.
Yeah.
But it's it's too late.
It's just lost its heart as well, though, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Because
and it's
Leslie
too late
made
for
it
me.
sort of what it was, but now
I know.
it's just brickwork, and all the furnishings have gone, and it'd be sad to see it now. To be fair,
I'll bet. Yeah, yeah,
but I was lucky to go there 4 times in 6 weeks last year. Before it closed, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just so
I
fascinating.
know, because I used to do events with it.
Yeah, of
I
course you did.
reconstructed the torture chamber for her,
Oh wow.
built the whole thing up for her.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I used to do crime and punishment events there, and used to
Yeah.
hang people. Not really, and ghost events.
Interesting.
I did a dining with the dead there. I've done all sorts of
Yeah.
things with
Oh,
Leslie over the years.
it was incredible.
Um,
It really was.
it's a good place, and it's so close to me. It's only about 5
Yeah.
miles away from me.
Oh, okay.
But
Right.
it's no, Richard's too old. Sorry.
No, Richard's too busy. Richard's too busy. He should be resting.
Yeah, I know. Jane Conn still has issues at high school because he's left-handed. A
Oh
few
my
years
gosh.
ago, my first visit to Derbyshire, Richard showed the carvings on the original jail
That's
doors.
beautiful.
10-year-old son asked if he was sinister because he was left-handed. Yeah, you see? Yeah.
Oh.
Poor lad. I hope I didn't tell him he was sinister.
Yeah, Hull just been saved. That's good.
Wow. I say, it's good. It's going well. I'm liking this.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Quite a few said Patrick Litchfield as well, so Mason and Jane Flo as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Mark hopes to meet you one day. Mark was a guest at the Parameet.
Really?
Not last year, was it? So yeah, he's a speaker. And
well, you never know. One day,
incredible.
I actually want to do more parameets.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing them.
Yeah.
And I need, because you see, obviously I've done a few in the past, and I always used to have a table to sell my books.
Yeah.
Because there was 11 books: Ghosts of Scotland, Wales, Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire, Lincolnshire.
And you had DVDs then as well, didn't you?
And loads and loads of DVDs.
Yeah,
you see.
that's right.
Well, forget it now. No point, because nobody buys DVDs.
No, that's it.
Anyway, all my DVDs are on YouTube now.
Yeah, that's it.
So you can watch them for nothing. So nobody's going to buy them anymore. So I normally turn up, do my talks and that sort of thing. And yes,
it is owned by the Crown.
The Duchy of Lancaster, as it was called.
To me, that's part of the problem, because it's just like, how can somebody get access to it? And that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
But it is a real shame.
It's not easy to go to that landlord, is it, if it's them?
Well, yeah, that's true, isn't it? Eh? Yeah, and it's got such a history, you see. Such a history.
It has.
Not only was Mary Queen of Scots in prison there, that was her least favourite prison. She hated Tutbury Castle with her. So I really don't know why she should haunt it.
And yeah, I've seen Leslie sit in that chair, and my gosh,
she's great, wasn't she?
She's come out with the French, tirade French, like wow. It's like Mary Queen of Scots was there.
Yeah,
because there's so much energy, and wow, it was fascinating. Are you still doing your Manchester ghost book?
Oh, Adam, it's half done.
It's on the list.
Yeah, it's only still half done. I've run out of. Yeah, it's half done. And it was so good. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say that, but yeah. Right. If I could stop doing other things, then I could sit and write. I reckon I've got 10 books that I need to write if I live long enough.
Gina's got all of them, so you do need to write.
I haven't got time. Well, actually, that's not true. I actually. Which king? Henry IV. I think.
No,
hang on. Come on, hang on a minute.
Charles.
Henry, Duke of Lancaster, and he became the king. He was given the title. It's Henry. Do you know? I should know this. Oh, come on, Richard. Get your act together. Oh dear. Hey, where have we gone? Oh, what happened? Are we still there?
Yeah,
That happened.
I can hear
I
you.
disappeared.
Did
Oh
you?
God.
Oh wow, I saw you.
I can't remember. I should know this, but
Oh bless you.
as I keep telling you, hey,
See,
he
Paul
was
Goddard
made.
still has his DVDs.
Yeah, I can't remember. I should know, and I don't. But somebody will tell us. Come on, guys. Come on, you historians.
I'm still eat with
Look
my
at
left
this,
and right.
Gwyneth.
Right.
Yeah,
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 kind of.
that's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's
You see,
incredible when she sort of.
I used to do Tutbury Ghost Walk, and
Oh wow.
we started at the bottom of the hill in Tutbury, did the pubs and various things, all the ghost stories, all the way up, churchyard, all of that, then up into Tutbury Castle. And Leslie used to do the jacket potatoes. She used to cook the jacket potatoes.
She did it, not you.
No, she did the jacket potatoes, cheese and baked beans in the tea room downstairs. And then while they were feeding, she rushed up the stairs and got changed into Mary Queen Scots. And then we took them up the secret staircase, up to the top. And there was Mary Queen of Scots, motionless, scared them shitless.
I bet she did.
And then did a little bit of tremendous.
Oh, she's incredible. But yeah, that was the thing about your YouTube. One of the first ones you did was about your jacket spuds, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Oh
yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
God, I remember that
Spud,
one.
like Spudman.
Yeah,
yeah, I was doing jacket potato, cheese and baked beans before he was.
Yeah. It's funny.
Flecky Bennett.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, so that's it if you need help.
Actually, to be quite honest with you, Carl, I don't need help with the accounts because I've got them. It's just I need help with kicking my ass into and getting me to start writing again.
You've got loads on. Yeah, King Charles III.
Top.
Yeah,
he is the Duke of Lancaster now, Jack. Absolutely, but the original Duke of Lancaster, who became king. That's what I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
I
don't know. You know so much, don't you? And it's hard to remember it all.
I still think it was Henry IV.
You're probably right. We'll be googling it. I guess somebody will Google it.
Come on, Google it.
Oh, okay. So Adam wants to read it. Yeah. Adam likes his flashy cat balls, you see. So he
think so as
sort of takes them everywhere. So
I have to say, they are quite good. You see, I'm not a believer in any form of modern ghost. I believe the only ghost detector is you.
Yeah.
And your dog. Right?
Yeah. But he's been scared.
But I still say that Henry III, Nigel. Thank you. I was nearly right.
Thanks,
I will check. Well done. Thank you. I do believe that ghosts are energy. And so I do believe that the easiest way for another energy source to let people know is to influence another energy source.
Yeah.
But then again, so we are an energy source. So we are as easy to influence as a cat ball or an EMF meter or a K2.
But people are too closed off and they've forgot, haven't they?
Yes, exactly.
They're just so used to staring at things, watching telly, and they don't actually use the senses in any way anymore.
No,
we go for a walk and they don't look at anything. You can say, "Oh, did you see this?" Oh, I don't know.
No.
And it's there, isn't it? People just don't use the senses anymore.
We don't use our senses. The other one we've now lost, of course, or losing, is our sense of direction.
Oh God!
We've now got sat nav. I mean, you realise how difficult it would be now. And this happened to me not long ago. The middle of Cardiff, sat nav went down. Panic stations. Well, what did we do before sat nav?
Well, that's right.
We found our way, didn't we?
Yeah,
we had a map. We wrote down the directions, or we just did it.
Yeah, that's right. Road signs. Road signs are handy because, you're using your sat nav, whatever, and then you think, well, the road sign to go there is there, and then the sat nav is sometimes a bit skew-iff as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like the number of times I've
Follow
argued,
your sense of direction, which we've lost.
even coming to my house, it doesn't even get me here. Because where I turn right to go onto the A52, it says go left. And then it means left onto the roundabout, and then just follow it on. So it assumes the roundabout is Derby Road.
My sat nav would take me half a mile away.
Jeez.
To a bungalow.
That's mad, isn't it? So
but luckily I know where I live still. Just. But it's amazing, isn't it, how things change? Big time. They really do.
That's right. Because I did get a map for when I went to Scotland. Primarily because I was camping and I didn't want to have to keep relying on my phone to search for places. So I got a map. I wanted to find castles. Yeah. So I got a map and looked for them.
And you know, it is, because I still don't trust my sat. I'm terrible. I argue with sat nav all the time. But I always think it's a good idea to look at the map beforehand and realise that you are going in the right direction. Going north instead of south, because they do sometimes mess up.
Yeah, that's right.
And at least if you've got a map book with you, you can think. You know, you can look at the road signs. I mean, there won't be any soon.
No,
well, they probably won't bother with road signs because it's all on your sat nav.
Oh yeah.
It won't be long before there's one fitted inside us in our brain.
Oh, don't it?
Think about it.
They kind of
probably a computer.
Yeah,
computer inside.
It's shocking. No, we don't want that.
When you think about it, though, like
it's been mentioned, hasn't it? Like somebody doesn't. People have got chips. Is it?
Well, I've got a thing in here.
Of course you have. Yeah.
If my heart decides that it's going out of rhythm or something, this kicks in for me.
Yeah.
How different is that to putting to putting a little chip attached to your brain? It'll happen, won't it?
Yeah, I know people with new cars. Like there's a couple of people we had a conversation on Saturday with new cars, and their sat nav just drives them mad. And you know it's hard to turn it down as well because everything's like more automated now, isn't it? You get in a car and everything's there. Like I've got an old car, so it's all right. I'm used to that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You know, and the more electronics there are in your car, the more things to go wrong.
Definitely, yeah, that's right. So, Jane, how would you class people of spiritual ability who have known this since they were a very young child?
They have a gift.
Yeah.
In the same way as people that can play the piano but can't read music. Yeah. Wow. Think of that. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So you can't do it. But that's not true, is it? You know, because you can prove it. That's the difference. That's the difference between physically playing the piano. They can prove that. The medium can't prove that they're talking to your dead granddad. No. They can give you information that nobody else could possibly know.
Yeah.
And so that's enough. Pardon me, that's enough for you, but not for everybody else. Because they'll all say, yeah, Gina can play the piano.
Yeah. Without
music, you see. But that's a gift. Artists that can paint the most this picture behind me, look at that. I mean, look at what an incredible paint. I mean, I couldn't even begin to do it with a pencil, never mind. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
That's a gift.
Oh no.
And it's
I've tried, but no.
Yeah. It's a gift that people have to talk to dead people.
That's right.
But there's no proof. I tell you what, because obviously a few months ago now, when Derek died, I put that tribute onto Derek on the when he died, of that incredible interview or discussion that Derek and I had in that pub in Somerset when we were discussing ghosts and things. It was pretty damn good. And a guy came onto YouTube and said something ridiculous like, how could you, who professes to be credible, could you possibly put something on about Derek Acora, who has been officially proved a fake? Officially proved a fake. So I said, replied to him. I said, well, let me explain one thing to you. Number one, there is no proof whatsoever that ghosts exist. No proof. So that really must mean that there actually isn't any proof that mediums can talk to dead people or ghosts.
Yeah, that's
which is
it.
true, isn't it? Really. But
That's
second,
right.
there is absolutely no official body whatsoever that can say whether anybody's a fake or not. What is it?
Well, that's it.
What official body is it then that Brandon Derrick are fake? There isn't one.
But then,
Just
if they did have an
Charles Yvette,
official
basically.
body, if it did, oh God, are you putting me off now?
And they're not an official body, are they?
God no, thank God. But no, even if you had an official body, who would be the official behind the official body? You know,
Exactly.
because like whenever, like a lot of the spiritualist churches, there's so much bickering and. You know, so many issues with a spiritual church, you know, and that's it.
They're not official.
You know, and
by the government or by, I mean, come on, you see where I'm coming from? Absolute nonsense.
Yeah,
absolute nonsense.
Right.
But there we go. You know, everything has energy. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
People did love him. Of course, they loved him.
Oh, it was
the best.
Yeah.
He was the world's most famous medium.
Yeah.
End of story.
Definitely.
There's no doubt about it. Yeah. And he was the star of Most Haunted.
Yeah. Well, he was. We all know that, and this is what goes.
I don't care. I don't care whether people believed him or didn't believe him. It didn't. To me, that's not the point. Because number one, you know, mediums, I think, in general, you know, give people hope. You know, you've got the old lady who's the old man's just died, right? She's in her 80s, right? And the old man's died, right? And she goes to see a medium, and he tells her that he's still with you, my love. He's still around you, you know. He'll be there standing next to you at night. He'll be standing by your bed at night. He still loves you, and he'll be waiting for you. Does that do her any harm, or does that give her hope?
Yeah, that's
in the same way as the church gives people hope of everlasting life and resurrection. And what's the difference?
That's right.
There isn't any.
But you've got so much power as a medium, and so many people like sort of do it badly as well, and they don't realise that they've got these responsibilities.
They have got a responsibility.
And
that's
they've
so
got
true.
A massive responsibility. Like you know, I can do readings, but I don't like sort of getting things right and then people crying, because like I've given messages before. And then people
I think
crying,
it's nice.
It's like, well,
I think it's good.
I know it's nice, but it's like, oh my God, I've upset you, and it's like, so that's why I keep away from it.
You haven't upset them.
Oh, I know that. I know they're happy about it.
Do you know, my love? They're tears of joy.
Oh, I know, but it was just like, oh God, it just caught me out of it, and it's like, oh, okay.
And
so
it gives
that kind of put me out.
It gives them hope. Gives them hope.
That's why
I can do. Here we go, big head. I can do everything a medium can do, apart from tell me that I've got your dead granddad with me. I can't do that. But I can do it with a table. I can do it with, not me personally, but me with a group of people. We can do the same thing. As you know, and the number of times now that when we're doing, you know, whatever seance it be, whether with a table, with my springulum, with a glass, or whatever it is, it's not me it's the group of people round the table or whatever it is that's doing it. And so often now we find that we actually get a loved one that comes through when someone's on the table.
We sort of get that a lot.
But and yes, they end up in tears.
Yeah.
But they go away happy.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that wrong? I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's their mum, their dad, but it
but they recognise enough to yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Got a question from Jane here. Do you think if you buy second-hand furniture, it brings spirits with it, or from past relatives?
I think it's possible, Jay. I think it's possible because if a house can be haunted, if a car can be haunted, because that car was so special to that guy that he spent all of his time, spent more of his time in the garage with that car than he ever did with the family. You know what I mean? That happens a lot. It's true, isn't it? Then surely a special item, furniture, chair, whatever, it's highly likely that they can still be around that item as well as, yes, I think it is possible. I'm sure. I believe it. Yeah. Yeah. Depends on the item. Or does it depend on the item? I don't know.
Not sure.
Could be a book. Could be a favourite chair. Possible.
Yeah.
Possible. But there's so much more that we don't understand.
That's right.
But
See,
I'm
I've got
trying to.
Yeah, you see, I've got some items, and like I've had a lot of mediums, even Derek. I sort of passed it to Derek, and these items, like, I will pass them to mediums, whoever, whether they're known, not known, or people and say, "What do you get from this?" And I'm just recording the information, and it is amazing when I'm getting things which are, they relate to what I know the items to be.
Yeah,
and it's fascinating.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But there's, it's a hell of a subject that isn't being.
Yeah.
What? Well,
Ruth's got dolls.
Let's put it this way: it is being explored, for want of a, by us amateurs.
That's right. Yeah,
it is, but it isn't being dealt with in any way by academics or scientists, because. And one of the reasons I have to say is because of Edgar Allan Poe, ghost stories, Harry Price, Most Haunted, Ghost Adventures, blah de blah, blah de blah, Paranormal Activity 1, 2, 3, and 4, Poltergeist. Because it's all Scooby Doo.
Yeah, that's
right. And so science, there's all silly ghost people. Yeah.
But you can't get any clinical conditions, because everything is a change. You've got different weather. You've got a person in a happy mood, in a sad mood. They've had something different for breakfast. And there's so many different elements what make up a person.
And
then when you get a group together.
Yeah, one of the things that I've never done, even now, and I should, is try and find out what frame of mind the person was when they had the paranormal experience.
Yeah.
Had they had an argument? Had their football club beaten another football club 5-0? Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Had they had, in other words, something that changed the frequencies in their receiver, that caused them to experience something.
Or was it the anniversary of something in the area
paranormal?
Just too many.
Prime example. Years ago now, I was doing a DVD signing in Gloucester, in a W.H. Smith's, I think, something like that.
Wow.
And this old guy and his missus came in, and she wanted a DVD. And he says, I don't believe in any of this. He says, she's insisted on coming. She watched Most Haunted, blah, blah, blah. But I don't believe in any of it. I said, well, we're all open to whatever. But he said, but I will be honest with you. I thought, here we go. Everybody says that. I did have an experience I can't explain. I'm thinking, hang on a minute. You just told me you don't believe in any of this, right? I said, well, go on, tell me then. He said, well, me and the wife had a blazing row. And he said it was a bad row. A real bad one.
Wow.
And I stormed off, not the wife. I stormed off up to the bedroom, and I flung the door open, walked in, and there was a guy standing by our bay window in an Edwardian coat with a winged collar and a black tile. And he was there for about 4 seconds and vanished. And to this day, I still don't know. I thought, hang on a minute, you don't believe in any of this. Now, the frame of mind he was in, he was so angry at the argument that his frequencies changed, I think, which caused a signal to come from that ghost's transmitter through to his receiver, I think.
Yeah.
See where I'm coming from?
But I've had that. I had a pub, and my ex.
Yes.
Well, a few incidences, basically, where I was fuming at something and things happened in that pub. Glasses smashing. So at the back of the bar, you've got the vodka Coke glasses, and you've got a line, and then they're balanced on top. They're fine, you put them there, they don't fall off. Well, somebody annoyed me, so I stomped right from the kitchen, right round the bar, to the front, and says, "You don't believe what George has done." I saw a white light. It looked like my ex kind of threw something, and the glasses, like 2 on the bottom row, fell, and then a few fell onto the floor.
Yeah.
And I was absolutely bloody fuming. And I was then going to have a go at him for this white light because I saw something get thrown.
Yeah.
And why wasn't it on the CCTV?
Yeah.
Why is the CCTV always out of range?
Oh, always, yeah.
You
But
know,
basically, yeah.
I've had a
The
few
energy
things
that,
like glasses smashing.
yeah,
And,
the energy that came from you, the emotive extra energy that came from you is basically what I believe most poltergeist activity is.
Yeah, because
the energy from you.
I wouldn't call that poltergeist. Like, yeah.
You are the poltergeist.
Well, it's the energy causing it, isn't it? It's
Yes, it's the energy causing it. There's no doubt. No doubt about that.
I don't call things I don't really believe in poltergeist activity. I don't.
I don't.
You ask spirit to move things, it moves things. But I don't say that's a poltergeist. It's using your energy.
Poltergeist is you.
And that's it.
Energy from you because you're angry,
energy,
because you've got a lot of people that have got mental disorders, angry children, prepubescent children. Because you see, we are all of us mentally capable of moving things because our thoughts, here we go again, have frequencies.
Yeah.
And frequency is energy. Yeah. And that means we are mentally capable of moving things in the same way as certain animals can freeze its prey with thoughts and then attack it while it's frozen, while it's stood still.
Yeah.
And it's all part of, energy. That's the word, guys.
That's
energy.
It. Yeah. That's right. And like investigating, you've got to get the energy going. You know, if you're standing in a room like that, nothing's going to happen. So, you know, you raise it.
It's like the power of prayer in a church.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. Wow. I tell you what, good, isn't it?
Bit of a combo, isn't it, really? You want to go now,
I'm missing my programme at 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, Richard.
All right, don't worry. We've gone on a bit, haven't we?
Oh, God bless you. But thanks so much anyway. Really appreciate that.
It's been incredible. I've enjoyed it. It's been very nice. Most enjoyable again. And thanks for all the guys that are listening, eh?
Spoken, and thanks for sharing and everything. And look after yourself, Richard. More than anything, look after yourself. But thanks everyone for watching.
Talk to you soon, my love. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.